Between 2012 and 2014, the New Zealand Law Foundation funded the Donald Beasley Institute research team to conduct research in the area of intellectual disability and the legal system. So the purpose of the research was to explore with individuals who have an intellectual disability their experiences of being involved in legal processes. We interviewed 40 men and women with intellectual disability who had been engaged in a range of legal situations, including criminal situations, about how they traversed the legal system, really. We were interested in whether they understood what was happening, whether they felt involved, and whether they felt engaged and respected by the legal professionals who were working with them.
In terms of the way New Zealand law deals with vulnerable people, the law actually gives or provides quite a lot of avenues to support and respond to the particular needs of vulnerable people, whether that's their vulnerability is related to age or whether it's related to impairment or disability. While we have identified a really important range of findings through our research, there were three key things that were raised by people with intellectual disability and by legal professionals. The first one was knowing about disability, knowing how to identify and know when a client has a disability. The second related to communication, and again it was raised by both the individuals themselves and legal professionals. The individuals wanted to feel they had been understood, and legal professionals definitely wanted to be able to communicate in a way that ensured that their clients were active in the legal process. And I think the final sort of theme or finding that came through in our research related to the fact that some legal professionals were doing really innovative things within the framework of the current legal system. And so that highlighted to us that there was a real opportunity to encourage best practice. In thinking about the ways in which research can be translated into practice, we determined that it would be useful to develop some kind of resource that was freely accessible to legal professionals, that was engaging, delivered information that could easily be utilised when they were working with vulnerable clients, and that was easily updatable. The current project has been quite strongly influenced by the toolkits offered through the Advocates Gateway program, which is currently being implemented and utilised throughout England and Wales. The work was developed by Dame Joyce Plotnikoff and Dr. Richard Wilson, who have been involved in the development of this project with us. While we were really sort of drawn to the UK-based toolkits and we're very aware of their success really in England and Wales, we were also cognizant of the fact that we needed to develop a New Zealand version if it was going to have practical utility here. So we're planning to develop a series of 10 guidelines relating to vulnerable witnesses, whether their vulnerabilities created through age or through issues of disability. The guidelines will include information about, say for example, working with children or working with particular groups of disabled people. As a researcher, one of the most sort of difficult or confronting things that we face is trying to access funding that will allow us to actually implement really important research findings. The support of the Law Foundation and the Foundation's really strong commitment to research translation is absolutely imperative to us achieving our research goals with this particular piece of research. It's important for my own organisation, the Donald Beasley Institute, to ensure that the research that we conduct is translated into practice. And what's been really positive for me about working with the Law Foundation is that the Foundation shares similar values. core value set. And without the Law Foundation, I don't think we would be able to shift our research from the academic findings into something with practical utility